I think.
And welcome back to Bobby Morrow Stadium. Mario Medrano alongside Henry Valle, bringing the action from Bobby Morrow Stadium on a rainy night here. And Henry, the story has been turnovers, no question about it.
Absolutely, 28-21. You know, it's been a tough ball game. Turnovers have certainly made a difference in tonight's ball game. But I tell you what, San Benito's hung in there, man. 28-21. They're going to come back in the second half. Adjustments, I guarantee you, have been made. And so, yeah, we're in for a heck of a second half here,
Second half, yes, sir. And, you know, there's a lot of riding on this second half, Henry, for the Greyhounds, an outright district championship. They can just come back and pull this one out. And, of course, for the Raiders, a playoff spot and a share of the title as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see what the second half brings.
Interesting numbers in the first half. Armando Garza from the local newspaper was sharing with us 3 touchdown passes for the Raiders. All 3 passes were touchdowns and about 150 yards of total offense for the Raiders. And I think the San Benito defense, we didn't help ourselves at the time. Excellent field position. They were able to turn them off into points.
Well, that's the game of sport, just period, sport. And, you know, you make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes, you make your adjustments. You know, halftime is not just to catch your breath. It's to make adjustments, and I guarantee you those adjustments will be made, have been made, and, you know, we want to wish the Greyhounds the best of luck here in the second half.
Yeah, and then you touch on a good point, Henry. I mean, that's the key. I mean, who can make the best adjustments at halftime? And that's a crucial thing. I mean, what are we seeing? What can we stop? What can we do different? You know, offensively and defensively.
Exactly.
So, let's see what the Greyhounds can do. Trailing at halftime, Raiders 28, the Greyhounds 21.
One thing has not changed, Mario, and that's the rain.
Yeah, the rain continues to come down. It's raining in the South Texas. It's supposed to rain all the way till tomorrow. There goes my golf game tomorrow, Henry.
Well, I know my son was going to play over at Rancho Viejo tomorrow. They're scheduled to play, but we'll just have to wait and see. It's all going to be dependent on the rain. Everybody's going to have to keep their carts on the cart path tomorrow.
I picked up the game about 4 years ago, and I see you out there, Henry, and I just want to congratulate you. I understand you're the golf coach now for the San Benito High School.
Yeah, you know, it's been an interesting few weeks here. You know, we've made some changes, and hopefully, our kids can move forward. You know, there's a lot of preparation that goes on into the game of golf. And we're moving in the right direction. You know, so I want to wish all our golfers, a good season this year. Right now, we're in our off season, and so our first tournament probably won't be until February. So here go the Greyhounds.
All right, Alexis Martinez, number 82, kicking off for the Greyhounds. Receiving is Rivera Raiders, taking it up at the 1-yard line. He's going to bring it out. Brings it out to the right side. That's number 11. Zuniga.
The Cardinal roll right there.
Big fumble.
But this time, now.
Oh, man.
Cardinal rule of holding onto the ball with one hand in the rain. But fortunately for the Rivera Raiders, one of their own men jumped on the ball.
Number 73 was just at the right spot. Miguel Mar comes up with the fumble. They fumbled in the back, and man, if the Greyhounds could have picked that up, that would have been
close.
Great.
That's good, though. That's good. We're moving forward. That was number 31 for the Greyhounds. Skyler Garcia able to get his hands in there and get a fumble. There you go.
Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. That's where the Raiders are going to set up camp. Leading this game 28-21. 2 receivers to the right side, shotgun formation. The quarterback is number 13, Elizondo, Danny Elizondo. He goes empty field. Now I smell a quarterback keeper straight out the middle. Quarterback draw. Man in motion to the left side.
Handing the ball off.
Hand off. No, he's going to keep it to the right side to number 2.
I tell you what, number 98, Pedro Coronado, did a heck of a job of diving there and making an ankle tackle. And
Edward Rubio sliding. Look at that.
Here we go. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, he almost lost the ball there.
Here's number 98. There he goes. And he just took a dive.
Yeah, that's the rain.
It is slick out there. And it's coming down even harder now here in the second half than it did the entire first half.
Big play for the Raiders all the way to the 22-yard line. That's going to be up a second and about 1. Big gain on that play. Here we go. Shotgun formation, 1 man in the backfield, 3 receivers to the right. Here's a snap, looking to pass. Passes over the right side, long pass, a little bit too long.
Nothing there, 3rd down.
Good San Benito defense by number 13, Isaac Sanchez at times.
Now, I'd be willing to say that Rivera's probably going to run the ball on this play.
Yeah, they were trying to take advantage of the element of surprise on a 2nd and 1.
Well, you know, they basically had a free play there since
Exactly.
it was 2nd and 1. So let's see what the Rivera Raiders do. San Benito once again with a 3-man front here defensively.
Yeah, and I like the call, Henry, taking that shot. I mean, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go.
Hard thing to do.
3rd and 1. Quarterback Elizondo calling the signals. Quarterback
There he
keeper
is.
straight up the middle.
His own number. I mean, that was a great tackle, you know, for San Benito, but, you know, that was a perfect run for the Rivera Raiders. You know, he only needed a yard to get a 1st down. He got 2, so it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders. You see a great shoulder tackle by number 32, Juan Gonzalez of the San Benito Greyhounds.
Yeah, and Gonzalez is another player that's had a good year. He's a junior defensive back for the Greyhounds. Here we go, 1st and 10, ball resting at the 28-yard line. And the rain continues to fall here at Bobby Marlboro Stadium. 3 receivers to the right side. Denny Elizondo, the quarterback, calling the signals, number 13. A man in motion to the left side. Looking to pass, makes the handoff, hits hard, pass over the middle, almost incomplete.
Great defensive pressure there by the Greyhounds. As number 25 for the Greyhounds, Juan Salas almost had himself a pick. There you see great pressure by the San Benito front line. Doing a great job. Number 90 there, Brandon Gonzalez is the one number I picked up. I didn't pick up the first initial hit, but still good pressure by the Greyhounds.
A lot of pressure and not the best of technique on the throw, and you know, it was a dangerous
well,
pass,
you know,
actually.
once again, this young man, and you can just, if you just watch him, he tends to jump up in the air, and you know that's dangerous. When you don't have a sound foundation, you're throwing the ball.
2nd and 10, empty backfield, quarterback keeper straight up the middle.
Nice tackle there
Good
by
tackle,
a
minimal
whole
gain.
bunch of Greyhounds.
Minimal gain, ball's going to be spotted at about the 30-yard line, 2-yard gain on the play.
That's number 42, Richard Moreno, getting up off the ground there. One of the first initial defensive players there for the Greyhounds.
Right over his shoulder, we have the mighty Greyhound band. Trying to keep bring the momentum back on this side. Mighty Greyhound band in the house. Here we go, shotgun formation.
Well,
3rd and 8.
San Benito has to take advantage here in the 3rd quarter. They got the wind at their back, so we're hoping to make a good defensive stop here.
Here's the snap, looking to pass.
And going in the air.
Pass to the left side.
Wide open. Oh,
dropped.
That was number 12, Augie Martinez for the Rivera Raiders, who dropped that ball.
If he catches the ball, Henry, that's probably a touchdown. Wide open.
It hit him on the face mask and shoulder. So it wasn't exactly a perfect throw, or Augie just didn't adjust to the pass in the air. That's tough because he was wide open.
Yeah, Greyhounds catch a break right there. That's going to bring up by 4th down, 4th and about 8. Punt formation for the Raiders, 9:25 in the 3rd quarter. Here we go. Here's the snap, and here's the punt. High punt. Usually you're going to get away from it. Now, go ahead and pick it up now. There we go. Number 8.
Got about a 12 or 13-yard return on that one.
Yeah. And I'm a firm believer, Henry, about, you know, of course the conditions don't help, but usually you want to field the ball, prevent that big roll all the way to the back. And this that time Gaitan did the right thing.
Yeah, he did the right thing.
Yeah, he secured the ball, make sure it wasn't going to be a fumble. And nice return. So the Greyhounds take over, 1st and 10 at about the 30-yard line. Yeah. 9 minutes, 13 seconds left. Raiders 28, Greyhounds 21. Christian Sierra, the quarterback, empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, made in motion for the back snap.
Tough snap there, but
good. Sierra picks it up.
Christian did a heck of a job of being able to pick that up.
Had him an open on A. Pass intended to number 8.
He was looking for J.R. Gaetan. That was his primary target, but look at this. Yeah. Ball goes up over. He wasn't even ready for it. Ball went up over his head. He manages somehow to get control of the ball, make a run to the right, and then says, oh, I got a man downfield, so let me throw it out there. And Yeah, we got away with one there.
There may be a flag on the play. There's some discussion going on. Referees moving all over the place. See what the call is going to be.
Got dead ball foul. It's a 5-yard penalty on who?
Against San Benito. Yeah, that's going to bring up a 1st and 15. And again,
Alrighty.
turnovers and penalties. You cannot survive that. I mean, there's no question about it. Shotgun formation, empty backfield for the Greyhounds. Man in motion to the right side. Looking to pass. Quick pass to the left side. Screen
Drops
drop.
the ball. Somebody was running. Somebody was running before they got the ball.
Yeah, and that's usually the case. You you're thinking of what you're going to do with it before getting the ball, and that time, an incomplete pass. That's going to bring up a 2nd and long, 2nd and 15 for the Greyhounds. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line on the San Benito side of the football field. Here's a snap, quarterback keeper up the middle, big hole on the right side. Christian Sierra, one more man to beat, trying to break a tackle.
Well, J.R. Gaetan thought about taking on number 27, Jorge Lara, but he did the smart thing and he did it because he would have clipped him in the back. So he laid off on that one.
Look at the replay. Sierra came up the middle. That was a design quarterback draw, no question about it. Had a little bit of daylight. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7. Ball resting at the 33-yard line. Empty backfield once again. Sierra looking to pass. Here's a lot of pressure.
That's tough.
Ball was batted down.
Brings
Incomplete.
up a 4th down for the Greyhounds.
4th down.
That was number 4, Angel Espinosa. Yep. He's been out there all night, man. He's a tough defensive player.
One arm goes up in the air, and he happens to be right at the line of the ball and knocks it out.
He and number 6, Abel Moreno, doing a heck of a job on those defensive end positions for the Rivera Raiders.
Ball resting at the 33-yard line. Punt formation, punt situation for the San Benito offense. Got to give it away. Back to punt is number 84, Alejandro Lugo for the Greyhounds. Got to get the snap. He goes, good snap, clean, and the punt. Ball goes out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. No return on the play.
Actually, that came over and landed over here by our canopy.
Close to us, Henry. All kinds of things going on here at Bobby Morrow Stadium. Certainly want to send a shout out to the class of 79 having a reunion this weekend. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we had a couple of reunions. Class of 64 was in the house, Henry. Coach Robert Cortez was here. Certainly want to send him a shout out. Class of 95. But tonight, class of 1979. We know them well, Henry.
Absolutely. 35 years ago.
Yeah, we put on a few pounds, to say the least.
Just a tad.
Yeah, of course, both of us are class of 79, so certainly happy to be here. Here we go. Raiders have the ball. Ball resting at the 37-yard line. Here's a snag. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle. Oh, hit hard. There's a fumble on the play. There's a fumble on the play. Picked up by San Benito.
That's number 25, Juan Salas, with a great defensive play there. Actually, Juan picked it up because of the defensive tackle. So
Big
great job.
hit.
Let's see who was that.
Let's see who the Mack truck was that hit him. Boys.
He's holding on to him. Number 10.
Looks like number 10 made the tackle. I mean, that ball came
Alvaro
going.
Vargas
That
with
ball
the defensive play.
That ball changed direction, Henry. It was going north. It went south all of a sudden. Big hit by the San Benito defense, and the Greyhounds recover. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line on the Raider side of the football field. 8:22 left in the third quarter. Raiders 28, Greyhounds 21.
Well, Christian Sierra has great field position here for his Greyhounds. Hands off to none other than Gabriel Vasquez down the left side. Beautiful stiff arm. Nice tackle there by number 7 for the Rivera Raiders, which was Christopher Godoy. We've called his number quite a few times tonight. Another stellar defensive player for the Raiders.
Good versus
Gabriel
speed.
there with a little limp.
Yeah, Gabriel, good
I think
carry.
he's had a little bit of an injury issue.
Yeah.
So
I don't
hopefully
think
he's okay.
I don't
they
think
bring
he's
in
100%.
number 24, Omar Garcia.
Here we go. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. 2nd and 2 for the San Benito offense. Now here you just got to play basic football, Henry. You got three downs to get 2 yards. Move the chains. Man in motion to the right side. Quarterback keeper out the middle. He's got the first down and more to the 5.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
And just like that, 28-27.
Great call. If that's going to hold, that's a touchdown. Christian Sierra on a 17-yard TD run. Wow. And again, courtesy of that turnover. Big turnover for the Greyhounds. And a big touchdown for the San Benito offense. Some discussion on the left side, Henry. There may be something going on over there. Possibly a flag.
Let's see here. Let's see what they say. Yep. Looks like it's against San Benito.
Yeah, waiting for the call.
Got a holding. Wow, that's tough. Tough call. First down for the Greyhounds, but
spot foul, you get the yards, but
that's a
not
costly
touchdown.
penalty. That takes points off the board.
Yeah. All right, Greyhounds knocking on the door. Ball spotted at the 13-yard line. 7 minutes, 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Raiders 28, Greyhounds 21. First and 10 for the Hounds. Christian Sierra calling the signals. Same play.
Hands off to number 24, and that's the running back that just came in, Omar Garcia, in place of Gabriel Vasquez.
He's pushed out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Picked up about 2-3 yards. Yeah, that's Omar Garcia, senior running back for the Greyhounds. Yeah, and I think Vasquez limping a little bit on that play. And, of course, Armando Medrano not available tonight either. So here we go, shotgun formation. Men in motion to the right side. Some flag on the play.
We've got some movement on that one.
Yeah, we're going backwards now.
Yep.
It's all about assignment and execution, Henry, and we're not executing now. All right, Greyhounds knocking on the door. Got to get this one in there, no question about it. I mean, these opportunities are not going to come all night long. Gotta be able to score.
There's been 9 penalties on the Greyhounds so far tonight. Boy, that is not good.
Second and 13, calling the signals, looking to pass. Fires on the right side of the formation.
And there's a defensive penalty there on number 27 for the Rivera Raiders. That's going to be Jorge Lara. Here's a replay. Christian, you can see, man, he's trying to set his hand with the football because it is obviously slippery out there. And, of course, the ball didn't even get to him. So, yeah, it's going to be a first down for the Greyhounds.
Pass was intended for J.R. Gaetano, the right side of the formation. And you can see it on the replay, the defender preventing Gaetan from cutting across the field. So that's a big penalty. Half the distance of the field. 10 yards to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, it was outside the 10, so they have to give him the 10 yards.
Excellent. All right, first and goal for the Greyhounds. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. Knocking on the door are the San Benito Greyhounds trying to tie this one up, Henry.
All right, here's where you use the patience and you work the ball in.
Power football now for the Greyhounds. I formation, quarterback under center. Men in motion to the right. Here's a handoff. Little daylight on the left side, number 24.
Touchdown.
Was that number 14? Gabriel Vasquez in there for that one. Did we get a signal?
Still waiting for it.
Oh, looks like he's in. Didn't get a signal.
No, they didn't give it to him.
Wow.
No. Second down and about an inch.
All right, Greyhounds quickly to the line. Hand off on the right side, touchdown. This time it's going to hold Christian Sierra on the 1 yard, on the 1 inch,
on the 1 inch line. That's exactly right. All right, just like that. Greyhounds back, 28-27. Will attempt the extra point. Try and tie.
Christian Sierra takes it in, 1 yard TD run. I guess it's official word. Now the very important extra point to tie it up. Doing the extra point is Alejandro Lugo, number 84 for the Greyhounds, holding Christian Sierra. And here's a snap, and here's the kick. And the kick
is good.
It's good. Well, it's been an interesting third quarter. With 6 minutes, 37 seconds left in the third quarter, Greyhounds put a touchdown on the board. They got it tied up. Greyhounds
tie this ball game up.
28-28. San Benito 28, Raiders 28. Now the Greyhounds just got to play solid defense. Just be be careful with the football on the offensive side of the football. And of course, that touchdown for the Greyhounds was courtesy of that big hit, that big fumble that the Greyhounds recovered right at about the 17-yard line. They turn into points. So 28-28, 6 minutes, 37 seconds left in the third quarter from Bobby Morrow Stadium. Rivera Raiders 28, Greyhounds 28. Once again, I want to send a shout out to all the listeners on valleycentral.com, wherever you may be tonight. Certainly want to welcome you to this great ball game as the rain continues to fall, Henry, here at Bobby Morrow Stadium. All right, kick it off. Ball is going to go flag on the play. This ball goes out of bounds right at about the 1-2 yard line. Nevertheless, the flag comes out. That's going to go against San Benito. Man down for San Benito, requiring some attention, so we'll take a break in the action. Great comeback for the San Benito Greyhounds. They were trailing by a couple of scores and able to put some points on the board here in this third quarter to tie it all up, 28-28. And the rain continues to fall in the Rio Grande Valley. Number 26 coming off the field with some assistance.
Jimmy Macias, number 26. Give him a round of applause.
Number 26, Jimmy Macias, senior linebacker, coming off the football field. Going to get some assistance, make sure he's fine. All right, here we go. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. That's where the Rivera Raiders are going to set up camp. Well, actually, the 30-yard line. The quarterback for the Raiders, Danny Elizondo, number 13. First and 10 for the Raiders. The ball resting at the 30-yard line. Three receivers to the right side. Elizondo calling the signals. One man in the backfield. Handoff straight up the middle. Hit hard right at about the line of scrimmage. Minimal gain on the play. Number 99, Chris Padilla, making the initial contact for the Greyhounds. No gain on the play. Looking at the replay, Padilla making the tackle. I think the rest of the way, the defense is going to have to step up. Hopefully we get Henry Valle back in just a second. Having some technical difficulty. Get Henry back here in just a second. Here we go. Mario Medrano from Bobby Morrow Stadium alongside Henry Valle bringing the action. Second and 10 for the Raiders. Greyhound defense needing a big stop here. Clock continues to run. 5:56 left in the third quarter. 28-28. Here's a snap. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle. Number 13, Elizondo. Good gain on the play. Finally tackled by number 98, Pedro Coronado. Pedro Coronado making the tackle. Not before. Elizondo got about 3 yards. That's going to make it a third and one. Third and one. Ball resting at the 39-yard line. Quarterback Elizondo calling the signals. We see the quarterback draw on this one. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle. And that may be enough. He's line up under center that time. Went straight up the middle, and I think he's got it. Yep. The referee is going to signal first down for the Raiders. And at this point in the game, that's what you need. Just move the chains. Nothing fancy. Just keep the chains moving, getting some first downs. And so that's what they do right here. The Rivera Raiders fighting for a playoff spot and a co-championship. If they can win this one here tonight, they win a playoff spot and share of the district title. So big game here tonight. Now if the Greyhounds can pull it out, they'll be outright champions of District 32-6A. Big game on the line. 28-28 all tied up. Shotgun formation here, the Raiders. Quarterback keeper once again hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Minimal gain on the play. Quarterback keeper went up the middle. Number 98, Pedro Coronado, Chris Padilla making some contact. Also number 90 for Brendan Gonzalez Leal helping out on the tackle. Short gain on the play, second and about 9. Second and 8. Ball resting on the 42-yard line for the Raiders. 3 receivers to the right side.
Hey, I think
Here we go. 3 receivers to the right, shotgun formation for the Raiders. 1 man in the backfield. Quarterback keeper once again, same play. Hit hard. Short gain on the play. Number 25 helping out with the tackle that time for the San Benito defense, Juan Salas. Yeah, he was hit hard. Looking for the football was the San Benito defense. Of course, San Benito defense comes in ranked number 5. The number 1 offense and the number 5 defense. And for the Raiders, they got the number 1 defense and the number 5 offense. They do average about, the Raiders do average about 292 yards per game offensively. Defensively, they do allow you 232 yards per game. That's best in District 32-6A. Here we go, shotgun formation. Quarterback keeper rolling out. Pass to the right side. Short gain right at about the line of scrimmage, about midfield. Caught by number 2. Rubio making the catch. Making the tackle for the Greyhounds with number 32, Juan Gonzalez. And that's going to be good enough for a first down. The Raiders moving the chains. The clock continues to run. 3:03 left in the third quarter. All tied up from Bobby Morrow Stadium, 28-28.
that was a good defensive stop there. All right, we're back. Had a little bit of technical difficulty there, but it happens.
Shotgun formation. Handoff straight up the middle, number 20. No place to go. A lot of defense.
Well, the original hit was made by Chris Padilla. He did a heck of a job, you know, and then the rest of the defensive players just came in and took over. So it's 2nd down and 11 now for the Rivera Raiders. You know, they've held steady with the run. I mean, they're doing a good job. They know they can move the ball on the ground, and that's what they've been doing. But the Greyhounds now have made some adjustments. They did a good job there defensively of stopping that quarterback.
2nd and 11. Ball spotted at right at midfield.
I'll tell you what, number 13 there, Daniel Elizondo, he's a big quarterback. He's got some size on him.
Shotgun formation, calling the signals. 3 receivers to the left side of the formation this time. Looking to pass. He's going to look right side. Fires. Caught.
Oh, he's got a man
on
wide
the run
open.
by number 2. He may be gone.
That's number 2, Edward Rubio.
Touchdown.
Well, Mario, and you saw that on this play where San Benito decided they were going to stunt. They bring in they bring in some horses to try and put some pressure on that quarterback. They knew it was a passing situation, and they have well-disciplined offense there on the Rivera side there with that quarterback and that receiver. I mean, they got their numbers down pat.
Yeah, they got their timing down, and there's no question about it. They left number 2, big-time receiver, one-on-one on that right side, and all you do is just hit him, get him the ball, and you knew he was going to be gone, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, you're asking a defender a little too much that time, going against one of the no safety help that time. Here's the extra point.
That's up, and that's good. Another high-scoring game here. It's 35-28. But there's 1:55 left to go in the third. So the game so far, once again, going back and forth. The hard thing is going to be, or the difficult part is going to be that the Greyhounds have 1:55 with the wind at their back. Because in the fourth quarter, they're going to switch sides. And Rivera's going to have the advantage by having the wind that's here at their back. And it's still, pretty straight out there. And I'm saying it's about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So that will make a difference as far as the passing game is concerned for the Rivera Raiders. They've shown that they can move the ball in the air very, very well.
Greyhounds are going to have 1:55 to do something with the ball when they do get it back right now. The Raiders getting ready to kick off. Going from right to left on your screen. Back to receive for the Greyhounds is number 8, J.R. Gaitan. See, the Greyhounds can get a good return here and go on attack mode here with 1:55 left in the third quarter of action. Number 14, Chelin Martinez doing the kickoff. And here's the kick, high kick, going to be taken about the 10-yard line.
That's J.R. Gaetan there down the left side. A good little run there.
Nice little run, no question about it. Good return. So now the Greyhound offense is going to have 1 minute and 49 seconds to work with the wind behind their back. So nice little return, actually. Yeah, and that's unfortunate on that play, on that touchdown pass. I mean, the defense was doing a good job, and they gamble. Here we go. Quarterback keeper on the left side. Christian Sierra across the 40 to the 50.
Wow, I tell you what, had it not been for number 21, Edward Velasquez, Christian Sierra was off to the races. But, hey, good job, good job on both sides. Christian Sierra, great job of holding the ball, picking up some positive yards, gets another first down. And, great defensive job there by number 21.
Big run all the way across midfield to the 48-yard line on the Raiders side of the football field. Mini motion to the left side. Quarterback keeper again. Back to the right side. Hang on to the ball. Minimal gain on the play, maybe a yard, if any, Henry.
Yeah,
that close out pretty quick.
Number 7, Christopher Godoy comes in, and he makes the play right off the bat. I mean, Rivera, defensively, their defensive coordinator is looking. They've got 2 players. They've got their quarterback who's going to move the ball. They'll occasionally throw to number 17, and the running backs. Well, if number 14's in there, I'm sure somebody's shadowing him. So
that's number 4 again.
Yeah, once again, he's a tough. I mean, that's a defensive end. Angel Espinosa does a heck of a job. On the other side is number 6, Abel Moreno, on the other side of the defensive side of the ball.
3rd and 10 for the Greyhounds, and this may be 4th down territory. I don't know. It's a lot of time on the left.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time. You still have a whole other
punt.
quarter.
Yeah, you got to punt. Yeah. All right, here we go. 3rd down.
A little early.
Shotgun formation. 1 man in the backfield with Sierra. Man in motion to the right side. Here's a snap. Faces the handoff. Looking to throw the ball.
Get rid of that ball.
Got to throw it. Incomplete.
Yeah, who was he looking for there? That's number 1. J.R. Gaetan. Victor Gaetan.
Yeah, Victor
That brings
Gaetan.
up a 4th down. Yeah, they're going to punt the ball.
4th down, punting situation for the Greyhounds.
Again, the only downside to that is the fact that, San Benito's going to get the ball. When they get the ball in the 4th quarter, it's going to be into the wind. And, of course, Christian Sierra, he's not only the quarterback, he's also the punter. So.
Punting here tonight, yeah. Looks like the rain's slowing down a little bit, maybe.
A little bit. We don't want to talk about that, Marty, because it may start coming down hard again.
Punt formation for the Greyhounds. Christian Sierra doing the punting here tonight. Here's a snap. And here's the punt. Line drive punt. Maybe a little turnover. Got a man back there, number 19.
Nice tackle there by number 19, Flavio Diaz. He's able to catch that runner from behind. Way to go, Flavio.
Good coverage that time. They're going to be spotted back around the 10-yard line, behind about the 8-yard line. Flavio came flying through there and just pursued from behind, made the tackle.
He pursued from behind, and he was able to grab onto his jersey and then catch a little bit of speed and then take him down.
All right. Here we go. Right under the shadows of their own end zone of the Raiders at their own 8-yard line. 1st and 10. 50 seconds left in this 3rd quarter from Bobby Morrow Stadium. Raiders 35, Greyhounds 28. Here comes the quarterback, Elizondo, Danny Elizondo, number 13, calling the signals. 1 man in the backfield, out of the shotgun formation. Got a one-on-one situation up on top once again. Handoff is straight up the middle.
Good tackle there. That's Chris Padilla.
Continuation on the play there by number 27. You gotta be careful. Good.
They're gonna test the water. They're gonna test the water in there, and then they'll hold back, have a little play action, and throw it right down the middle.
Clock continues to run. 28 seconds. Ball spotted at the 80-yard line. 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders.
Well, there's about a 3-second difference between the game clock and the actual field clock, so we'll see what happens here.
Somebody take a timeout? No, it's an official timeout. Not really sure what happened, but there's a break in the action. 20 seconds left in this third quarter from Bobby Morrow Stadium. Looks like an injury over on the Rivera side, Henry.
Yep, absolutely. Everybody's taking a knee. You know, we don't ever want to see any of these kids getting hurt. You know, they play the game. They're passionate about the game, and, you know, they give their hearts out there, so we don't ever want to see any injuries on either side of the field, you know. And so everybody's taking a knee, and hopefully everything's okay. There's about, 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. And so let's see what happens here.
Yeah, 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Try and get ourselves situated in these chairs. You know, we're up there in age, and we can't stand up for very long.
Once again, I want to welcome you, Mari Medrano, along Henry Valle, bringing the action here from Bobby Morrow. Interesting game here, Henry. The rain's been the story. A lot of fumbles, some scoring due to the fumble recoveries and all that. And so this is going to go down to the wire. This is going to go down to the fourth quarter, no question about it.
Absolutely. There's only a one touchdown difference here in tonight's ball game, and so anything can happen. We still have a whole entire quarter left to play. We got 20 seconds left in this quarter, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens here.
All right, ready to get back into the action. Raiders come up to the line facing a 2nd and 10. Clock continues to run. Shotgun formation. Elizondo calling the signals. One man in the backfield. 8 seconds. Trying to draw the defense off sides. That didn't work. 3 seconds. Well, I think they're going to let it run out. Yep. That's going to do it.
It was to their advantage to let the clock run out, because now they get the wind behind them. So we'll have to wait and see. Now it's the fourth quarter. It's gut check time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot.
This game could come down to the last play of the game. It literally
could be.
It's that type of a ball game.
And and that's the same mentality I think that the Raiders have, Henry. Because at halftime, I noticed their kicker was practicing field goals.
Yeah,
so that tells me that
that's how
Chavez.
You have to prepare. I mean, Coach Chavez, well-seasoned coach here. And so, this ball game could come down to the last play of the game. But we'll have to wait and see. We have an entire quarter left ahead of us.
And Coach Chavez may be thinking along those lines because he has his kicker kicking field goals right at halftime.
The best thing to do is always prepare. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If you prepare ahead of time, you're better off. So we got 12 full solid minutes of high school football left to play, and let's see who takes this ball game tonight.
And a lot riding on the line here tonight. The outright district championship for the Greyhounds and a playoff spot in a coach championship for the Raiders. So this one's going to go down the line. Ball spotted at about the 8-yard line. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Dip at their own territory. Number 13, Danny Elizondo, quarterback, calling the signals. One man in the backfield. Shotgun formation for the Raiders. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle.
Good defensive stop there.
Minimal gain on the play. Number 27 coming in there and making the tackle.
27 and 42. 27 being Roel Rodriguez and 42 being Richard Moreno. We've called their numbers out quite a few times, so that's good. Brings up 2nd down and 10 according to our scoreboard here.
I think that should be at 3rd. Yeah, 3rd and about 7. I think they're going to go to the air, Henry. Good opportunity to pick one up right about now. 70 to defense.
There, they finally changed the scoreboard. I think they heard you. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah. Secondary play is going to be crucial. No, they quarterback keeper to the left side.
Great
big
defense.
play. He breaks a tackle.
That's what I get for calling it early, right? Thought we had him in the backfield.
Wow.
Look at this. Here's the replay. I'm not going to harp on it.
Swing move by number 99.
We talk about fundamentals. Number 99, Chris Padilla.
Had him in the back.
He had him in the backfield.
Is that a first down? Well, that's...
Yep, absolutely. 1st down and 10.
Yeah, 1st and 10.
Ball's on the
big
21-yard
first
line.
down. You had a chance on it. Wow. Greyhounds need to stop. The ball spotted at the 21-yard line. Elizondo, the quarterback. Quarterback keeper to the left side once again.
Initial hit, once again, 42 for San Benito, Richard Moreno, and 25. Juan Salas there for the Greyhounds defensively. Brings up a second down and about 5. So a 5-yard pickup there
Yeah, it didn't
for the
seem like
Raiders. Number 13, Daniel Elizondo, man, he's put a hurt on our defense tonight.
2nd and 5. Ball resting at the 26-yard line. San Benito defense needs to make a stop. Get the ball back to the offense. Here we go. Shotgun formation. 1 man in the backfield. This time he's going to pass. Fires the ball on the right side. Oh, caught. Caught by number 1 on the right side. Sammy Oribe. Big play for the Raiders who went for it.
Look at this play. And he throws that ball off his back foot. He took an incredible shot, but he threw it right to his receiver. What a beautiful catch there by, you got to give credit to Sammy Oribe for making a great catch at number 13.
Yeah.
Daniel Elizondo, who made an incredible pass. I mean, he took a shot.
1st and 10 in Greyhound territory now for the Raiders. They're on the move. 9 minutes, 58 seconds left in the ball game.
37. Just like that, one play. So now they put the ball back on the ground. Try to eat up some more clock.
Yeah, and you're right, Henry. I mean, that's by design, doing this. They go hit the big pass.
They basically looked at it as, you know what, we got a free play here, so let's go ahead and see if we can get a big gain. And sure enough, they went for it and they got it.
Well, and then too, it's just like a punt in a way if it's intercepted. Here we go. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Short gain on that play. Greyhound defense got to step up. Need a big stop right now. No question about it. Looking to pass once again. Oh, big open it up the middle of the field. Number 13.
Good run.
Big gain. Boy, oh boy. You're talking about this kid having a big game against the San Benito defense.
Pedro Coronado had to come all the way across from his defensive end position to try and make a play. Number 27 for the Greyhounds is able to slow him down, Roel Rodriguez. But, boy, that's really tough.
All the way down to the 16-yard line on the San Benito side of the football field.
Well,
1st and 10.
It's San Benito stunning on that play, and they paid for that stunt. Their quarterback, number 13, Daniel Elizondo, was able to read it. Boy, he just took off right up the middle.
Hand off to number 32 on that left side. Minimal gain on the play. Yeah, and that's the key, it's a chess game out there. I mean, you call a stunt and then you beat the stunt and you get a big gain on the play. Here we go. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left in the ball game. Raiders 35, Hounds 28. The Raiders are on the move. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Raiders. Shotgun formation for the Raiders. Men in motion to the left side. Quarterback is going to bounce it up to the right, looking at the middle.
It's a broken play.
Yeah, initially it looked like it was designed to go to the left side.
He was going to go to the left, and it's a broken play. He had to come back down to the right side.
Greyhounds trying to
Christian
get the
Pedro
ball
in there, making the combo initial hit, so they'll certainly take it.
Pack of Greyhounds on the tackle, trying to get to the ball, and Elizondo doing a good job of hanging on to the football. Here we go. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Ball at the 11-yard line. Shotgun formation, 1 man in the backfield with Elizondo. Looking to pass. Passes to the left side.
Oh, that's going to be a flag. Yeah. Number 19 for the Greyhounds never turned around. Flavio Diaz never turned around. That's going to be a defensive penalty there, I think.
Yeah, and that's tough, man. You're on an island out there, 1-on-1, and
7:17 left to go in this ball game.
This may be the game here on this drive, Henry.
We don't want to call it that early. It's still some time left on the clock.
Yeah.
But it certainly puts a lot of stress on the San Benito Greyhounds. It's first down and goal on the 2-yard line. San Benito needs a big defensive stop here, some sort of a defensive stop.
How about a turnover? We can use one right about now. Shotgun formation. Elizondo looking to pass. He's going to go to the left side.
Back to the right.
He's going to go back to the right. Elizondo, the quarterback.
And he runs it in.
Touchdown.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So just like that, it's 41-28.
Originally, the sign was supposed to be a pass on the left side. Elizondo saw that it was not there. Bounced to the right side and into the end zone for a touchdown. Setting up for the extra point are the Rivera Raiders. Here's a snap, and here's a kick.
And that's good. 42-28 with 7:11 to go in the ball game.
Now the Greyhounds, the #1 offense in District 32-6A, they're going to have to come back and put some points on the board quickly. Got to get back into this one. There is some time, Andrew. You're right. There's still some time.
Minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that brings a flashback of the game over in Brownsville Veterans a few weeks ago. And so the Greyhounds do have firepower to come back. Just need to, again, stay poised and execute the offense and get some points on the board. Back to receive for the Greyhounds, number 12 and number 8 also back there. Number 12 is Jorge Cantu. Number 8, J.R. Gaitan. All kinds of playoff scenarios here. They're going to work out themselves out here tonight and across the Rio Grande Valley. Here's the kick. Taking it over that 8-yard line. Gaitan runs into a wall right at about the 25-yard line. J.R. Gaitan returning the ball. Well, looks like the rain has stopped a little bit, Henry, so that may help the offense. Maybe
it's drizzling.
Yeah, I think the offense might have to go to the air and air it out, and they need to strike quickly. 7 minutes, 3 seconds left in the ball game. Raiders 42, Greyhounds 28. They come to the line. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the San Benito offense. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Christian Sierra, the quarterback. Here's a snap. Quick pass to the right. Receiver screen to number 8. Minimal gain on the play, maybe about 3 yards.
Well, at least it stops the clock. You know, now you have to use clock management as you move down the field. You got to be completely aware of the clock and where you're at. 2nd down and about 8.
3 receivers on the left side of the formation. Men in motion to the left side. Quarterback keeper out the middle. Sierra to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Christian's been the one constant offensive threat that the Greyhounds have had, and so Rivera is keen on number 3.
Men in motion to the left side. Quarterback keeper out the middle. Christian Sierra breaks it across midfield. Big play for Christian Sierra.
Wow, what a play.
Big run.
And who else but number 4, Angel Espinosa, from his defensive end position, comes in to make the defensive plays.
Looking at the replay, Christian Sierra was open field across the 40 to about the 35-yard line.
Tell you what, number 27, Jorge Lara, did a heck of a job of slowing him down.
Quick pass to the left side on a fast tempo for number 17, R.J. Atkins on the left side of the formation. Minimal gain on the play. Greyhounds line up quickly, and that's what they need to do. Clock continues to run. 6:03 left in the ball game. Sierra at quarterback. Empty backfield. Calling the signals. Here's a snap. Looking to pass. A lot of pressure. He's going to be down. He's going to be sacked.
Yeah. That was number 25, it looked like. Christian
Yeah.
Martinez there for the Rivera Raiders.
Yeah, he's been active all night long,
Yeah,
too, number
Christian
25.
looks like he's looking at the sidelines, kind of questioning some of what's going on. So I don't know if there was some confusion on that play. The clock is running. It's 5:32 and running. So, and it's 3rd down and 16 now.
Rolling out to the right side, looking down the field. Here's the pass. Christian Sierra.
Got a man
Caught.
wide open. Touchdown, San Benito,
They're gonna
number
hold.
9, Javier Ortiz.
He might have stepped out of bounds. Let's see what the signal
Let's
is.
see what they're saying. That's why we have line judges. That's 1st down. They say
Big
he went
first
out of
down.
bounds. That's
Chris-
okay.
Christian, good pass, good catch, good execution
Oh, yeah,
of that
yeah,
play.
yeah,
We just
yeah,
need a little more of that. Javier Ortiz.
Well, see, now that puts a little more pressure on the Rivera Raiders because now San Benito just threw to somebody else. Oh,
Passes to the left side into the end zone.
oh. That was
Incomplete.
close. Thank goodness that was incomplete.
Yeah,
I originally said because I thought I saw a holding there right off the bat. But, hey, good thing the refs didn't pick that one up.
Yeah, I think that could have been trouble in the end zone. I think a Rivera Raider had a best shot at the football.
2nd and goal on the 5-yard line for the San Benito Greyhounds. 5:10 to go in this ball game. This is crunch time. San Benito needs this touchdown.
Gotta have this one. This may be a toss to the outside too. I formation, quarterback under center, many motion to the right side. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Touchdown.
Christian Sierra does a heck of a job there. And I tell you who did a great job, and that was that offensive line by making the hole for Christian Sierra. So kudos go out to the offensive line of the San Benito Greyhounds. Did a great job of busting that hole open and giving Christian Sierra an opportunity to make that touchdown on the run. So now 5:05 left to go in this ball game. San Benito just scored. They're going to try and make the score 42-35 with this extra point. Christian Sierra once again the holder. Ball is up, and that is good.
That looks pretty good there.
35-42 with 5:05 to go in this ball game. Wow, we're in for a ball game. Mario, I said it earlier. It could very well come down to the last play of this ball game.
Looking at the replay.
They brought in number 99, Chris Padilla.
He blocked two guys to the outside, Henry.
And sometimes that's what you have to do, you know.
Yeah, I think Padilla took two guys out of the picture on that play, and Sierra just cut right behind it into the end zone for a touchdown. Well, Greyhounds are back in this one. 5 minutes, 5 seconds left in the ball game. Raiders 42, Greyhounds 35. Need a big stop. Mario Medrano from Bobby Morrow Stadium alongside Henry Valle. Henry, it's been a pleasure having you here tonight, calling this
once
game.
Again, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to come out here tonight. Had a blast. Been a little wet, but oh well.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah, and football fever around the Rio Grande Valley, and actually in Texas here today. Now next week, playoff time in the Rio Grande Valley. State playoffs begin next week, and of course, the Greyhounds had already qualified for the state playoffs, Henry. It's about 2 weeks ago. And so there's a question as to who we play, and we get into that in just a few minutes here. This may be an onside kick. No, they're going to kick back. All the way back, taking it about the 2-yard line. Now
We
the
could
Greyhounds
use a
can make a
fumble
tackle.
here.
Come
Let's
on,
see.
come on, Greyhound defense.
That's a good tackle.
Yeah, good return all the way to the 20. He picked it up at about the 1-2-yard line. I mean, it's a good little return by number 7 for the Raiders. Godoy, Christopher Godoy. All right.
That's a good replay here.
Just finding a little bit of daylight. Just kept
Yeah,
his
some
legs
good
moving.
blocking, you know.
Yeah.
But still brought it up to the 21. 1st and 10 for the Rivera Raiders. Once again, the key guy for the Raiders is number 13, Danny Elizondo. He's the guy the Greyhounds will key on here. 4:58 to go in this ball game.
Big defensive series here coming out for the San Benito Greyhounds. Elizondo, the quarterback, 1 man in the backfield. Quarterback keeper, no question about it. Oh, it's going to close quickly. Good job by the San Benito defense. Wow.
That was number 10 that originally got in. Alvaro Vargas came in and made the initial contact. Then number 42 was able to wrap him, and that would be Richard Moreno. Here you see it. Here's the initial contact by number 10.
And the Raiders been going on to this play quite a bit here in the second half.
It's been working for them, and they're going to stick with the things that are working for them. And so Yeah, I would. I'd be surprised to see anything but number 13, Danny Elizondo. I mean, the clock is in their favor.
Yeah.
It's 4:20 to go. They want to eat as much of the clock out as they can.
Here's a snap. Handoff straight up the middle. No,
That
gain on the
goes
play.
nowhere.
Good San Benito defense once again. Number 98 in there. And number
That's-
42, Moreno,
That's
once again.
42 and 95. John Alvarez is number 95, and 42, Richard Moreno.
Excellent
So,
defense. Number
There you
95,
go. Good job.
John Alvarez, sophomore defensive lineman for the Greyhounds. Great job.
Brings
Beautiful.
up a
Great
third
play.
down. San Benito looks like they called a timeout.
Yeah, and there's going to be crucial down right here. 3rd and long, 3rd and 10.
This is
it.
big down for the San Benito Greyhounds with 4:10 to go in this ball game.
Now, secondary play becomes so important on this play, I think, Henry. I think you got to be watching out for number 1, the receiver out of the Oribe, a wide receiver, and then tight end Rubio will come out of will line up tight and then work his magic inside, across the field, up the field, all over the place.
Well, I would be surprised to see anything but number 13, Danny Elizondo, touching
Just
the ball.
hanging on the ball.
Yeah, the one thing they don't want to do is throw an interception.
Yeah.
Risk a fumble. They're going to give it probably, and again, I'm just speculating that they're going to keep it with their quarterback.
If they don't get it,
Even-
just punt it away and put it on your
exactly.
defense, your number 1
Yeah,
defense.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Play field position. Here we go.
Exactly.
Big play coming up. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Looking to pass. Here's the pressure. Quick pass to the right side. Incomplete.
And it's 4th down just like that.
And they were going for number 2 across the field. There's the playmaker, number 2,
Well,
Edward Rubio.
He was open,
Yeah,
but San Benito had just enough pressure. That it forced number 13, Danny Elizondo, to toss that ball out there. So now, Rivera will punt the ball. They're still happy about it. They're still happy about it. They ate a few seconds off the clock, but more importantly, they didn't lose the ball. So now they'll just punt the ball away.
How about a high snap here? Greyhounds can use a high snap right about now. Here we go. Shot punt formation for the Raiders. Here's a snap. Good snap. Here's a punt.
They went for the block, of course.
Oh, big roll. Ball hits at the 50.
No.
Fumble on the play.
There you go.
Oh,
We
boy.
got
it. Recovered by San Benito
That was close.
at about the 35, 36-yard line. Dangerous play.
J.R. Gaetan. He's touched that ball all night long tonight. Done a pretty good job, though. So we'll take it.
3 minutes, 56 seconds left in the ball game. Raiders 42, Greyhounds 35. Greyhounds do have 2 timeouts left. Of course, they do have the number 1 offense in District 32-6A. They can certainly put up some points. Christian Sierra, senior quarterback, leading the troops back on this important drive. This one's for the 32-6A district title. Benny motion to the right side. Quarterback keeper up the right, up the middle. Sierra. Good gain, good play.
San Benito probably planning to do the same thing. They're going to go with their number 1 guy right now, and that's Christian Sierra. They don't want to. They probably, they probably don't want to have anything, make some type of mistake. So just keep the ball in the quarterback's hand, and let's just move it forward.
Clock continues to run. 3:32. Shotgun formation. Empty backfield. Looking to pass to the left side. Here's a pass.
Yeah,
incomplete.
That's tough. That you're putting the ball in the air about 20 yards or so sideways, laterally, shall I say. And so, it puts a lot of stress on that receiver. 3rd down and about 5. So this is a crucial 3rd down for the San Benito Greyhounds. I'd say this is 2-down territory.
Yeah, I think so too.
With
I think
3:27 to go in this ball game.
we got 2 plays to get those 5 yards, actually. Man in motion to the right. Quarterback keeper out the middle. He's got some daylight. Got to break a tackle.
And that was number 26 for the Rivera Raiders, J.J. Salazar. So now that brings up a 4th down. San Benito picked up about a yard. And this is it right here. You need the 1st down.
This is the play of the game. 4th and about 4. Ball resting at the 42-yard line. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in the ball game. Shotgun formation for the Greyhounds. 4th down. 4th down. This is the play. Looking to pass. Fires on the left side.
No.
Incomplete.
And no flag.
Pass was intended to number 17 on the left side
Rivera
of the
ball.
formation. Yeah, that's going to go over on downs.
2:57 to go in this ball game.
All right, Raiders 42, Greyhounds 35. They take over the football.
Well, Mario, I'd hate to say it, but from what I read about last week's game, again, I really haven't been keeping up. from what I read of last week's game, it seems that turnovers, were the Achilles heel for the Greyhounds once again this week. Of course, this ball game is not quite over yet, and anything can happen. 2:57, but if we go back to those turnovers, they have played a big role in this ball game.
Here we go. Raiders get the ball back. 2 minutes, 57 seconds left in the ball game. Elizondo, the quarterback. Handoff is to the left side. They can get a fumble here. Nope, he's going to be fine. Tackle. Gains about 5 yards to the play. Number 32, the ball carrier. Mario Mendez. Yep. Yeah, I'm surprised they gave the ball to Mendez. I mean,
yeah, I was about to say that. He made a heck of a move on number 98, Pedro Coronado.
To give the ball to somebody who hasn't touched the ball a whole lot tonight, that's
well, with 2:24 to go, and you got all sorts of things hanging on this ball game. Yeah. I don't know about that, but hey, it's anybody's ball game.
Quarterback keeper number 13 keeping the ball this time around. He's close to a first down.
Be third down, 2:11 yet to go.
Yeah, that's more like it. That's more what we expect to see. Quarterback Danny Elizondo handling the ball. Close to a. Well, they're gonna give him the first down.
First down.
Yeah. Clock continues to run. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in the ball game. Raiders 42, Greyhounds 35.
Timeout, San Benito.
Once again, want to send a shout out to all the veterans that were recognized before the game. All the veterans in the crowd, certainly just want to thank them for their service to our country. And so certainly a shout out to all the veterans here tonight, Henry. There
Absolutely.
was a celebration before the game, and certainly want to send a shout out to all the veterans, all the men and women in the armed forces, Henry.
Well, because of all the men and women that have served in the armed forces, we have a free country today, and it is still the best country in the world as far as I'm concerned. We have an incredible amount of liberties, and we want to thank all our veterans out there who have served in the armed forces. Thank you.
No question about it, and they were recognized before the game. And also want to send a shout out to the class of 79 in the house tonight. Long weekend, a lot of people from out of town coming in for that. And of course, you and I, Henry, are part of that class of 79. And we're the class when we opened the new high school. I always remember that on our diplomas, we have the picture of the old high school and the new high school. We're the only class that can say that, Henry.
Absolutely.
All right, here come the Raiders, ready to get back on the field. 2:04 left in the ball game. Greyhound defense needs to get the ball back. Elizondo, the quarterback for the Raiders, calling the signals. Here's a snap. Handoff straight up the middle.
Nice defensive stop there. But the clock is in the favor of the Rivera Raiders. That was number 95, John Alvarez, with a great defensive stop there for the Greyhounds. San Benito will be forced to use their last timeout.
Yeah, final timeout. They're going to go ahead and take it now.
Brings up a third down, I believe. Still says second down over there, but I thought it was brought up a third down. I could be wrong.
So a lot of things going on here tonight. Of course, the veterans recognition before the game, the class of 79. Also, that was quite a treat, Henry. At halftime, the San Benito Bells celebrating the 40th anniversary.
40th anniversary. They had different songs from the different decades. So the ladies did a wonderful job. It was great to see all of the former Bells out there performing out there at halftime tonight. Great treat for everybody in attendance tonight. We certainly want to thank all the Bells that came from out of town, too. I mean, there's quite a few of them, is my understanding. So that's really awesome. They put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to get everything that they wanted done. They did a great job to get it done. And so good job, ladies.
And that's part of the student body participating. You're talking about cheerleaders earlier, the Bells, the band and all the student body. It's a good time. Everybody gets involved, and you're talking about all the things going on at school, Henry, all the different projects and tutoring and all those things. That's great for the kids. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Well, absolutely.
Shotgun formation. Elizondo, quarterback keeper to the left side.
Well,
short gain on the play.
1:53. The clock, there's no way San Benito can stop the clock now.
No more timeouts.
No more timeout.
Raiders are going to be facing a third and about 11.
If San Benito can hold off here, and you know they're going to use, there's still 26 seconds, 23 seconds left on the field clock. They're going to use every second. There's 1:30 left in the ball game.
1 minute, 20 seconds left in the ball game. Big down here, 3rd and 11. Timeout.
Wow, Rivera calls a timeout. That's a good thing for San Benito. I mean, that certainly plays in our favor, without a doubt. You force they were forced to take a timeout for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
I mean, all they had to do was snap. They're going to take the clock down to the last second, snap the ball. They could have even taken the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, taking the penalty. I was thinking about all those lines, yeah.
And then they got 4th down. I mean, but they called a timeout. So this is very interesting. So you just never know. I mean, this is football. Anything can happen. It's raining. It's now starting to rain a little harder. And so you just never know. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens here to end this football game. 1:14 left to go.
Yeah, interesting call. Normally you don't expect to see that, so they do a favor for the Greyhounds. So now they're going to come back on the field facing a 3rd and 11. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. Stranger things have happened, Henry, and who knows, maybe this is a team of destiny, the Greyhounds are, and so they can get the ball back, get it back to the offense. Here we go, 3rd and long for the Raiders. See what the Raiders have in mind here, facing a 3rd and 11. Of course, the Greyhounds cannot stop the clock. 1 minute, 14 seconds left in the ball game. The Rinkin empty backfield for the Raiders. Quarterback draw up the middle. He's going to be shy of a 1st down. Ball resting at the 31-yard line. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle on a quarterback draw. That's going to be 4th down.
Well, 1:02. Now we're inside 60 seconds. The field clock has 25 seconds left on it. San Benito will get the ball back, but they're not going to have very much time. So let's see what Rivera does. Is Rivera just going to? I mean, this will be interesting. I'm interested to see what Rivera's going to decide to do here. What Coach Chavez is going to decide to do with his Raiders. Is he going to? Is he just going to kneel the ball? I mean, does he punt it? They're going to call timeout again.
Yeah, that's
that's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
they've got a field goal kicker. The wind is in their favor. They probably would have had about a that's probably close to a 50-yard field goal. I don't know, in this weather, I don't know if that would have been feasible for the Rivera Raiders, but still, I'm very surprised that they took a timeout with 29 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and we've seen that here, back-to-back timeouts by the Raiders. Pretty interesting. I mean, pretty much if they run the ball, this game is over.
Yeah. The ball game would have been over, but they've got other things on their mind, and guaranteed you, they simply don't want to make any type of mistake that'll turn the ball over. So this will be interesting here.
4th down for
the
Raiders.
They're going to punt the ball.
4th and 9. Now the punting team comes on the field, and I guess they're going to put it up on the defense and put the Greyhounds back as far as they can, and then put their number 1 defense on the field. And
are they going to try and kick the ball up really high in the air, or do they just kick it back into the end zone, and give San Benito the ball on the 20? Their defense has done a good job. Wow.
Short little punt on the left side.
Well, 22 seconds.
All right, ball goes at about the 16-yard line, Henry, and so the Greyhounds have 21 seconds to do something with it.
That gives you about 2, possibly 3 plays to put the ball in the end zone. It just depends. The San Benito, I'm sure they're going to have pre-designed plays, and you just get to the line and you go. But let's see exactly what happens. This will be interesting.
Here we go, shotgun formation. Sierra calling the signals, rolling out to the left side, looking to pass. Fires the ball on the left side.
Wow, that was almost intercepted.
Intercepted.
That was a tough pass for Christian. He's rolling down, and he's hurt. It looks like he's on the floor there. He was rolling to his left. There you see he's fully exposed, takes an incredible shot. He threw the ball, literally he was in the air when he threw it. And, when you're off balance like that, boy, you tend to throw the ball, a little high, and it puts the ball way too long in the air, and it gives the defense an opportunity to come in and make a play. And that's exactly what happened there. So we just hope that Christian's okay. There's 14 seconds left to go in this ball game. It's 42-35 in favor of the Rivera Raiders. So let's see exactly where we end up here. This is it right here. This is the last play.
Yeah, I mean, and
I know that way back in the day we used to run a ladder play, but I don't know if you can run that type of a play in this type of weather. So we'll just have to wait and see and hope that Christian's okay. Maybe he just got the wind knocked out of him. That was a heck of a hit he took.
And that's a concern, Henry, with this type of game. I mean, going into the playoffs next week, I mean, how healthy are we going to be?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And I think for any team going into the playoffs, it's about being healthy at the right time.
Well, we don't see Gabriel Vasquez out there. Who's the other running back that I saw? Edward Alvarez, number 22.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't see him out there.
Yeah, we haven't seen Edward Alvarez at all. He's a junior running back. And we've seen Omar Garcia, number 24. Here we go, one final play for the Greyhounds. 14 seconds left in the ball game.
Well, now Gabriel Vasquez, is that Gabriel Vasquez, or is that J.R. Gaetan J.R. Gaetan now playing quarterback for the Greyhounds? This will be the final play pretty much, I would think. 2
seconds. Gaetan dropping back to pass. Looks left. Now he's going to take off.
He doesn't have much choice.
Here we go to about the 30, 5 seconds.
5 seconds, he goes out of bounds. Mario, he didn't really have much choice. He really couldn't throw the ball downfield for the very simple reason he hasn't had an opportunity to warm up. And if you're going to throw the ball that far or try and throw it far, well, the clock is running now. That's the ball game. And that's the end of the ball game as the Rivera Raiders win 42-35. San Benito Greyhounds stunned on the field right now. But that's the reality of this ball game.
Yeah, and that's going to do it from Bobby Morrow Stadium. Raiders 42. Final score: Raiders 42, Greyhounds 35. And
well, now here's my question to you, Mario. Again, I've been out of this game for a long time. I have not been keeping up. So what happens here now that San Benito loses, Rivera wins? Who ends up where?
Well, I talked to Coach Partida today, and we're going to have an interview right now with Coach Gomez. But I think Greyhounds, by losing tonight, we may have to face the West Laco East Wildcats on the first round of the playoffs. That's the next opponent for the Greyhounds. Somebody who we're familiar with. We play in the second week of the season.
And how did we do against the Wildcats?
Not very well. Not very well. 44-12, I believe, was the final score.
Okay, and so here, let me ask you this question. How did the Wildcats score their points?
Well, interesting that you mentioned that. There were some turnovers.
They ran the ball.
Yeah, they run the ball. They got a young man by the name of Moron, a transfer from La Villa, who can flat out run with the ball. And so, final score in that game was 42-14. Greyhounds lost to the Wildcats. And so they're running predominantly a running team. Now, the Greyhounds did have some turnovers. We're inside the 20-yard line on a couple of occasions. We didn't help ourselves in that game either. We had some turnovers, I think about 2-3 costly turnovers in that game as well.
So where does San Benito end with this loss as far as district is concerned? It's a 3-way tie, is my understanding.
Right. Three-game tie with Rivera, and I think we're sharing it with their Cardinals. I believe the Harlingen Cardinals. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3, and then of course the crossover determined by the enrollment of the schools. 2 big schools and 2 small schools. I think the Greyhounds go to the small school bracket. Yeah. So that's where we're at.
3-way tie for 32-6A title. Los Frenos can make it a 4 on Saturday. Wow, a 4-way tie. That's incredible.
Well, somebody's going to be left out, actually. Somebody will be left out of the playoffs, and I think by the fact that Rivera won tonight, I think the Brownsville Veterans Memorial may be out of the playoffs in all this thing. So it may be Harlingen, Los Frenos, Rivera, and San Benito. So that's going to kick Brownsville Veterans out of the playoffs completely, pretty much.
Yeah.
So all kinds of scenarios working out in District 32-6A, Henry.
Well, you know what? I was watching the Rivera Raiders, and I'll go back to that and I'm going to say it was a 95 game when Rivera beat San Benito for the first time. Boy, the excitement on those kids was unbelievable. That's exactly what I just saw on the field right now. And there was a lot at stake at this ball game, but, you know, that's the way sport is. You know, there's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser. You know, both teams played and they fought hard tonight. There were some mistakes that were made on the field. The boys left their hearts out there. They played their hearts out, and, you know, they tried their darndest. Unfortunately, it didn't happen the way, you know, we wanted it to happen, but, you know, that's just the way it is. Now you focus on the next ball game.
Yeah, Henry, no question about it. So that's the thing. And you know, unfortunately, that's part of the game. Part of the game, errors. So the alma mater here well, not the final times. The Greyhounds will be. They'll decide tomorrow, I believe, as to where the game's going to be held, either against Westlaco East. And we're hoping to get an interview with Coach Dan Gomez here in just a few minutes. Certainly, Henry, I want to thank you once again for coming by and helping us out here tonight on this class reunion, class of '79.
It was a blast. I get to go back to my humble abode and stay out of this rain. I'm going to let you handle the duties here with Coach Gomez and see what he has to say as I see him coming over here. You know what, Mario? He can take – oh, you all have –
Well, excellent. We got Coach Dan Gomez here coming up, Henry, and so we'll get an interview here, and this is going to be a treat. And so
we got a few technical difficulties. Coach, come on in here. Well, Coach, tough ball game tonight.
Yeah, kids played well. They played hard, and they fought to the end like they've been doing all year, and we got beat by the better ball club tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough ball game tonight, but now you got to focus on your next game.
Yeah, the kids do a good job of moving on.
Yeah,
so,
and that's the way it should be, you know.
You know, we're getting ready, and it looks like we'll be playing Westco East.
All right.
So
now,
rematch from earlier in the season.
Mario was bringing me up to speed and telling me about, you know, the first time you met Westlaco East. But I think the great thing about, you know, what had happened prior is you learn from exactly what happened at that ball game, and you prepare for the next ball game.
Oh yeah, we tell the kids that you know, when you lose, you got to learn from losing, because if you don't learn from losing, you'll lose a lot more often than you'd like.
That's awesome.
So you know, we'll pick up our heads, we'll get to work and see what we did wrong here and get things moving.
And you know what, Coach? I mean, having had first-hand experience with you here at the pep rallies, you're a heck of a motivator. I'm sure you'll get these guys fired up and get them ready for this next ball game.
Everybody does a real good job, and you know, it's not only myself, but the coaching staff and just the community, the support that they've had, administration. Everybody's behind the kids here in San Benito.
You know, being from San Benito, it's great to see the fervor and the you know, everybody's really excited about this, you know, this year. And you know what, you guys, good luck at your next ball game. Now, let me ask you this next question. You know, again, I've been out of this for quite a while. Yeah. Where do we play next?
We'll find out here shortly. If not tonight, early in the morning.
All right. Well, good. You know, good luck at your next ball game, Coach. You guys played hard.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Coach Gomez, thank you for stopping by. And,
get them for next week.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for stopping by, Coach Gomez. All right, well, that's going to do it. Coach Gomez coming by, the hitman for the San Benito Greyhounds. Henry, thank you for stopping by.
Well, Mario, thank you very much. But you know what? We have to thank Coach Gomez for, you know, giving us the opportunity to, you know, give him a quick interview. I mean, it's got to be, you know, it's tough when you lose a game like this one because, you know, you had the offense. You could put the points on the board. You know, there were some mistakes that were made during the ball game, but that's just the way football is.
It's the game, yeah.
And then we can't really blame the weather because Rivera played in the same weather.
same field, exactly.
You know? So,
exactly.
you know, sometimes the coin is in your favor, sometimes it's not. And tonight it was not in San Benito's favor. But you know what? Next week, the San Benito Greyhounds, man, they get to play Westlaco East, and it's not going to be the same San Benito team that played Westlaco East the first time. So, you know, beware of the Wildcats. Is that what they're called?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
The Westlaco East Wildcats. So it looks like Greyhounds will be taking on the Westlaco East Wildcats. So that's going to do it for us alongside Henry Valle. This is Mario Medrano saying so long. We'll see you next time. We hope to come out and support the Greyhounds as they take on the Westlaco East on the first run of the state playoffs. That's going to do it for us from Bobby Morrow Stadium. So long, everybody. God bless you.